just happened in the office kitchenette, but that didn't sound good. I heard a gasp of surprise and horror.
What blank?
Someone's on fire in there. I was listening to, well, no, it doesn't matter. Who cares? So, how you doing?
Pretty good.
Yeah?
Yeah, I'm getting ESPN sports alerts on.
Oh, yeah. You know, it drives me nuts. I have CBS Sports, and as many times as I disable it, I still get them. All the great news I'm getting about my Mets.
Yeah.
Some
about Kentucky and Georgia.
Oh, yeah. The highlighted game. Yeah. So, you know, it's just you and me this week.
Yeah, well, yeah.
No LTG. We'll go into that in a moment. He's on assignment, I guess. But so you know what that means?
Oh.
That means that you got to call it.
Oh, okay. Well, the OFTF starts now.
Bonjour. Bonsoir. But not bonne nuit. Welcome to One for the Fans, the OFTF. Tonight, Justin P-Train Peterson will be the one and only MC, as LTG is on assignment in some dangerous part of the world. I'm your engineer and producer, Justin Lane, and this is One for the Fans.
Welcome back, everyone. Yes, unfortunately, LTG is detained otherwise today. We might be getting a phone call from him at some point.
That would be great. He's on assignment, right?
Yeah, he's doing something.
He's on
some kind of secret
some
mission.
sort of, which he's known for. He is known for his secret missions.
But yeah, we're here. We're going to be talking about a bunch of different things.
Yeah.
Mostly recapping all your favorite shows and movie news for this week.
Yeah, and of course, if you have not yet listened to the Sidekick, which we dropped on Wednesday, that was also just P-Train and myself, and that was our eulogy of Leonard Nimoy. So we'd be remiss to not mention that we lost Leonard Nimoy this past week, and but you can listen to the Sidekick to get more on that.
Yeah. So yeah, why not just leap into it here with some news.
Let's leap.
Do
you want to boldly go? Where no man be gone.
Where no news has gone before.
When I was a little kid, I think I used to say, "Where no man be gone before," and my family used to make fun of me. Why were they letting me watch that show? I don't know.
So one big piece of news that we got this last week, comic book movie wise, is that Falcon, Heimdall, and Peggy Carter are all going to be appearing in Age of Ultron.
No kidding.
Yeah.
Okay.
That's pretty big. I mean, all three of them.
So wait, Peggy Carter?
Yeah.
A flashback.
Probably.
So Cap is going to have a flashback.
Yeah. I think a lot of people are going to have flashbacks because they also show in the commercials, they show Black Widow possibly being like doing ballet routines and stuff as a kid.
Interesting.
So
I wonder if they're going to tie it into what they showed on Peggy Carter with Black Widow with that program. Yeah. Cool.
Yeah, could be.
Very cool.
I think that's actually a pretty good idea.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. Falcon, I would assume, is probably going to be appearing in regular.
Oh yeah, Falcon is going to be part of the Avengers
too. Yeah.
Right. I mean, don't you think?
Yeah. He'll come in and bail someone out or something like that.
But the thing I want to know is what's the teaser going to be?
I know. Is it going to be Spider-Man?
It's going to be webs.
It's
not going to be Spider-Man. It's just going to be webs.
Yeah.
So, because they won't have it cast yet.
Yeah, that's true.
And because the suit, you can tell who's in it. I'm just kidding.
The casting is, it's been going back and forth. I think right now they're kind of looking at unknowns because they were going through a bunch of the usual suspects.
Maybe LTG's at an audition right now that we don't know
maybe
about.
That's what he's doing.
Yeah.
I highly doubt that.
He's cracking wise at villains.
Another bit of news from the Marvel Cinematic Universe is that the Russo brothers, who directed Winter Soldier and are also directing Civil War, have signed a first look deal with Sony.
Yeah, you told me about
Which
that.
a lot of people are speculating could be them putting their hat into the ring for the Spider-Man standalones. But as you mentioned, a first look deal doesn't
necessarily mean that. Yeah.
Necessarily. So
Yeah.
it could be that they're developing some stuff independent of Marvel on their own, and
or maybe
decided to go with Sony.
Yeah, I mean, Sony and Marvel, we're jumping to a conclusion there.
It's a lot of conclusion.
Based on this one Spider-Man Marvel news thing, and
it's kind of dominating.
Sony
the
is
news
but
now
Sony
with
is
comic book
got a lot going on besides Marvel.
Yeah.
Actually, I asked you a question. This kind of ties into it. What your opinion was on what the heck just happened? That was Ultron. My question for you was, what happens with the Sony Marvel deal? And if anybody's listening and they know the answer to this, let us know. What happens to characters like Cloak and Dagger?
Ooh, yeah,
who appeared in Spider-Man
initially,
and were briefly considered mutants, by perhaps in the late '80s when they were almost made Spider-Man a mutant.
Yeah, do they fold into X-Men?
Yeah.
Maybe perhaps too.
So they were always with Doctor Strange.
But
they were always more. They shared a book with Doctor Strange.
And he's coming. We know he's coming. So that would be a good fit too, I think, for the Netflix shows, the street level hero shows.
Yep.
I could definitely see Cloak and Dagger having their own.
I always just thought
Netflix
Cloak
series.
was visually one of the coolest characters.
Yeah, definitely.
Dagger a little bit silly, but Cloak,
true.
You
Yeah, Cloak is that's a good power to have.
Yeah.
On your side too.
Now I believe they switched powers, didn't they?
Maybe for
Tandy
a while.
and Ty.
Yeah.
I think they switched powers, but anyway, it's interesting. If anybody knows the answer to that, let us know.
Yeah, if their rights are part of Spider-Man or X-Men, or maybe they're just their own thing.
Yeah,
we just Another bit of Spider-Man news is that apparently, and this is another reason why the Russo brothers directing Spider-Man to me doesn't probably happen. Drew Goddard, who co-wrote and directed Cabin in the Woods,
right,
amongst other things. He's an old Buffy writer.
He's a Joss Whedon guy.
He's a Joss Whedon guy. He has apparently been talking to Sony about writing and directing the Spider-Man standalone movie, which I think would be pretty awesome.
Anything that makes it possible that Bradley Whitford will end up in a Spider-Man, movie, I'll be very happy.
Great.
Yeah.
Or
he'd be a great Dr. Connors.
Who's the other
Bradley
guy who was
Whitford.
in Cabin in the Woods? Was his name Richard Griffiths or something like that? The guy? Other...
Is it not Richard Schiff?
No.
Not Richard Schiff.
No.
Oh, no, I'm sorry. That's the West Wing.
That's the West Wing.
Very similar. The White House in the Woods.
The White House. Yeah.
But yeah, I would love to.
He was also rumored for something else a while back. I can't remember what it was, though. It was Marvel related, though.
Okay. And the casting, we were talking earlier, this is not new news, but we were talking about the casting of Luke Cage, which has kind of gone under the radar.
Yeah, there was a couple castings from the Netflix shows that
I
don't think we actually talked about on the OFTF.
Right, and Cage is going to appear in AKA Jessica Jones, and then he's going to get his own show, they've already said.
Yes.
So, which is great.
There's another bit of casting from Jessica Jones, too, that we missed. Rachel Taylor, who I guess she was on Grey's Anatomy. Some other stuff.
Yeah.
Is playing Patsy Walker, who's an old school Marvel character who had her own kind of romance comic back in the day before she became an Avenger known as Hellcat.
Right.
In like the 70s, 60s or 70s.
And Hellcat was married to Nightwing.
Yes.
Right? Isn't that right?
Nightwing? No.
Isn't that his name? Nightwing?
I don't know.
Something like that.
Oh, the other actor.
Boy, are we dropping the ball?
Yeah,
on
we're all over the place.
Yeah.
The other actor too I was thinking of was Richard Jenkins from Cabin in the Woods.
Oh, okay, cool.
The
Yeah.
other
operator.
Yeah.
Yeah. If you have not seen Cabin in the Woods, see it. You may have avoided it because you thought it was like an Eli Roth kind of movie.
Yeah,
it is not.
It is
brilliant.
like that. Yeah.
It is amazing. I had no idea what it was when I went to see it, and
I had no idea what it was for most of the movie too.
Oh.
The first time I watched it, I was sitting there like, I
great
have no
film.
idea what's happening.
Great film. Not to recommend a film from a while back. But yeah, check it out. Awesome movie, especially if the writer is going to be getting involved in any of the Marvel characters, which is a good segue to the Oscars.
Yes. Oh, we were talking about that too.
Yeah. Will you read that James Gunn quote or mention that, paraphrase that James Gunn
Yeah,
quote?
so James Gunn was quoted recently in an interview after the Oscars. Basically what he was saying is that if you think comic book movies are dumb or that the people that make them are dumb, why don't you just come out and say that and stop ignoring us like we don't exist?
Or being cutesy and dancing around it.
Yeah. Because, and what he also said was that he guarantees that he puts just as much love and work into his character, into a talking raccoon, for instance, as someone does in a biopic.
I will put Guardians of the Galaxy, as far as well-crafted movies, I will put that up against pretty much any movie in the past 10 years.
Last year.
Yeah.
Oh, even further.
Yeah. I mean, that movie is very, very, very good. And even with the flaws Avengers have, very, very, very good. Why is it... Listen, I'm the biggest Tolkien fan in the world. But why was Return of the King a legitimate nominee for Best Picture? One. And, look, I understand it's Tolkien. It's high fantasy and everything else. But Best Picture means best crafted film. Listen, I don't think that... Birdman should lose. That's not what I'm saying, but I'm saying...
I actually really like that movie.
Oh, well, yeah. No, I'm not saying that. Listen, I would have voted for Birdman, too. But the fact is, the makeup and the effects stuff, that Guardians didn't walk away with all of that is absurd to me. Set design, production design...
What he says here, what bothers me slightly is that many people assume because you make big films that you put less love, care, and thought into them than people who do make independent films or who make what we are considered more serious Hollywood films. ... Okay. But if you think people who make superhero movies are dumb, come out and say we're dumb. But if you as an independent filmmaker or a serious filmmaker think you put more love into your characters than the Russo brothers do into Captain America, or Joss Whedon does into the Hulk, or I do into a talking raccoon, then you are simply mistaken.
I'm happy he said that. And the thing about this is okay, so Iron Man, the start of all this process, Jon Favreau. Then he goes, he makes Chef.
Yeah.
He's a great filmmaker.
Yeah.
You cannot...
just happen to devote one...
to making a movie that makes people happy.
Yeah.
It's entertainment. It's the entertainment business. It's not the lecturing business.
True.
When it comes to lecturing, I leave it to music. And all these kids with their horrible music. They should be listening to Bach and Brahms. Not really, but... Well, they should be, but... So, yeah, I'm happy that he said something.
Yeah,
I think it's a long time coming, that statement.
They were only nominated for 2 Oscars or something, I think.
It was makeup and
production
design
or
something.
Design, something like that.
But,
and they didn't win either.
And of course,
the makeup one is kind of...
The makeup one is the one that offended me. The other thing is, the Oscars kind of shot themselves... I thought it was a great Oscar ceremony, by the way, but I thought they kind of shot themselves in the foot with the whole Lego movie debacle. How that movie was not nominated for Best. And you know why? It's the same snobbery because they think it's an ad.
Yeah,
it's a toy ad. It really wasn't. It was actually a really beautiful movie.
Yeah. They did when they did Everything Is Awesome. Did you see them? They handed out Lego Oscars to people.
I thought that was cool.
And it seemed like they were giving them to people that they actually thought were cool.
Yeah,
in the audience.
Carell had one. Yeah,
and Emma Stone.
Yeah. No, it was cool. It was good. It was a good ceremony.
I thought Neil Patrick Harris did catch a little too much flack for that. For
what?
There was a very tepid response to this year's Oscars,
really?
Especially to his hosting. Yeah.
Oh, I didn't know that.
It was a very mixed.
I thought he was great.
Reception.
He's still not as good as Old Man Logan.
Oh,
I think Hugh Jackman was the best host I've seen in a long.
Well, he's
long
a pure entertainer.
Yeah, he was incredible. He was insanely good. The flack for what Sean Penn said was the thing I heard about.
Yeah.
Which really was kind of a stupid comment.
Yeah, that.
But I don't want.
Apparently, they're pretty close.
I don't want him to punch me.
Yeah.
So, so I'll keep it down. Cool. That they get snubbed, whatever. That's fine.
I'm used to it by now.
Yeah, exactly. You know what? The movies make all the money they need to keep them going, so they're not looking for Oscars.
Yeah.
What else? Any
What
news
else?
on the TV
Anything
front?
else? Oh, on the TV front, there are some interesting. These aren't fully castings yet, but there are a lot of rumors abounding. Damian Wayne potentially being used as
a villain in
on
Arrow. Yeah.
Which would make sense with all the League of Assassins stuff they got going on now. But once again, I don't know how you
they really just want to make
they
him
just
Batman.
plunder Batman's stories so hard.
If you have not watched the most recent episode of Arrow, I mean, they're pulling it straight from Batman, which I like.
It's kind of fun because it's just so
it's
blatant.
It's a wink,
at this point.
It's like a hey, what's up? It's like a wink and a nod. It's pretty funny. So what they're doing is great. We got to talk about it.
Yeah, we'll talk about it.
When the time comes.
When we get to the shows and everything. Mm-hmm. And one more bit of casting, I guess, too. Robert Downey Jr. might be appearing in the Spider-Man movie too. Mm-hmm. They're saying now, which I guess would make sense. And also in the Marvel Cinematic Universe, there, Baron Strucker potentially on Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D.
Really
soon. Apparently,
they mention him.
They mentioned him a couple times. Apparently, in the episode that will be airing tonight, he's mentioned a lot more.
Tonight?
Too.
No, it aired on Tuesday.
It aired
on Tuesday.
Yeah.
The show's live, coming at you live. Whenever you listen to it, whenever you decide to click play, that's when we're doing it.
Yep.
Because Grant mentioned Strucker. Mm-hmm. What about Zemo? That's what I want to know, man.
I think, didn't they cast him for Civil War?
They did, yeah. Zemo has to be Citizen V, right? So they gotta do all that stuff.
Yeah.
Very cool. I thought Downey Jr. was going to appear on. There was talk of him appearing on S.H.I.E.L.D.
Yes, he himself said that he was open to doing that.
Oh, okay. But it never actually got written.
No, it never actually has gone anywhere. And one more thing.
They're going to address the death of Trip, and it's going to be brutal.
Oh, yeah. They should. Yeah. One more thing. This is a big one. This might be the biggest news so far. Apparently next season, the CW has plans to do a spin-off series of Flash and Arrow.
Oh.
That will be a team-up series.
So like a Brave and the Bold kind of thing.
Yeah, so
very,
you
very
could
cool.
get different hero characters teaming up week to week.
Which, by the way, screams to me that Diggle will become Green Lantern because they need more heroes. I think Diggle's
maybe Wildcat didn't die.
Maybe
he didn't die.
There you go. But no, I think Diggle is going to become Green Lantern. I just think it's too juicy and easy, and just because it's going to upset some people,
to do it too. So.
Yeah, it's cool, And honestly, you can't go much further with Diggle the way he is now.
No.
So you got to do something with him, and him being Green Lantern, he can come back for guest appearances, but it also kind of writes him out of the show.
Yeah,
which solves the Diggle problem, but it treats the actor well,
And Harbinger, his wife, on the show too, is in the comics a cosmic level character too. So that'd be interesting.
Yeah, not the Mass Effect Harbinger. Different thing. What were they called again in Mass Effect? The Reapers.
Yes.
So can we talk about Arrow for a second?
Sure.
Okay,
let's move into
it's funny. I want to mention or Flash, but Arrow because we were just talking about it.
Go on Arrow.
I went to Target the other day, not a sponsor, and I went to Target the other day, and I noticed something really profound, which is there's a Marvel aisle full of actor likeness toys.
Oh, really?
Full of them,
like Avengers.
Yeah. And there's a Ruffalo Hulk, whatever. There are no toys for the CW shows. There are no toys.
That seems like an oversight.
I think it's intentional, and I'm actually kind of intrigued by it, and I kind of like it because they've kind of kept those shows
away from,
intimate in a way, and they're not for kids.
Yeah,
because the moment you make those toys, the kids are going to get involved, and that's you're going to have the Arrow especially.
Yeah.
So
but they do make toys for like Man of Steel and stuff like that.
Sure, of course, but those are major motion picture releases. But I guarantee you there will be a Daredevil toy with an actor likeness. You know what I'm saying?
That's interesting too, because that is not a kids show either.
No, but there will be one.
Yeah.
And I don't know if it's a Disney ownership thing or what it is.
Might be, yeah.
But Marvel's always been very big on the toy thing, even
And
before
Disney
the Disney thing.
Disney is so apt to license.
Yeah, I've heard rumors that they do that.
Yeah,
But
they
really
like their merchandise.
Now, it kind of sucks that there's not going to be a Diggle figure, or a Diggle Lantern figure, because that's money in those actors' pockets,
Yeah.
But at the same time, I kind of like that they've kept the toy side of things out of it. And as somebody who used to own a shop, I owned a comic book shop, toys were a big part of my business. And I wonder what the toy collecting market is like, and if people are still really doing that.
Yeah, I don't know. I used to collect some.
I mean,
toys.
there's
We had a lot of
500 of each of the Ninja Turtles right now out in Target, but there is, I'm racking my brains trying to find a blue Dinoco Lightning McQueen for somebody, which was one they made like 50 of.
Oh, yeah.
There's toys everywhere, but they haven't made Arrow. They haven't made Flash.
I wonder if they'll make a Peggy Carter one too.
That would be cool.
That would be
really cool, like a 12-inch. Yeah. That would be dope. But the only reason, like a Grodd figure, like they have, they have Grodd. They have the Play School, like the kids versions. They have a Grodd that's really cool. They're really ridiculous looking with big hands and feet and stuff. Yeah. But they, I just wanted to bring that up because it's interesting, and it really struck me for the first time that I've never seen a toy for those shows.
Yeah, that is true. So you want to talk about
what happened in Arrow? The
racial ghouling of Oliver Queen.
Yeah, well, you mean of Bruce Queen?
Bruce Queen.
Yeah. What do you think? I mean,
I want to not like it, but I kind of do.
Of course you like it.
Yeah.
Of course you like it.
And I've heard so many different things online too. I cannot get any verification of this, but multiple people have told me that there is a comic book where Oliver is offered the demon's head before Bruce is. And if that's true, that has to be a retcon. That has to come from like somewhere in the recent comic book timeline.
I've never heard that.
I have never heard that before. I tried to look it up online, can't find any mention of it in either looking up Raish and the League or looking up Ollie and his connection to it. There's a lot of connections to Oliver and the League of Assassins, but it's mostly through, like Connor Hawke and
his son
and Roy Harper's wife.
I meant to ask you something. The kid in Central City, is that Connor Hawke?
Maybe, yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
Because Ollie has an illegitimate son in Central City.
Yeah.
I wonder,
that
is
has
that
to be.
It's
that
Connor
has to
Hawke,
be Connor
right?
Hawke. Yeah.
That's pretty cool.
Yeah.
That's pretty cool.
That would make sense why the mother was thrown in to that episode of The Flash.
I want them to do when they do, dude, oh my God. If they use the
Flashpoint? Flashpoint universe?
Yeah. Oh, wow.
Maybe they're going to do that.
I got nerd bumps.
They've been hinting at a Flashpoint universe for season 2.
Yeah.
Heavily.
Yeah.
And
do it as a crossover event and have Arrow and have Connor Hawke in there. And that would be very, very cool. That would be very, very, very cool.
Yeah. They can make it their own Flashpoint universe too. They don't have to straight up.
Well, that's the
adapt.
Thing. You know what? That's the thing about the whole Ra's al Ghul thing that I like is like we want to tell that story, but we're going to do it our way because we don't have
our
Batman.
Universe.
Yeah, I like that. What is that?
Oh,
you know what?
I think that might be LTG calling from location.
Huh? I think it is. Hello?
Hello.
Oh, is that LTG?
Hey, it's LTG.
LTG, we're on the air.
Oh, hello.
Hello.
Yeah, welcome to the One for the Fans podcast, LTG.
Yeah, I've heard of it.
How are you doing on assignment?
Let me tell you, I don't think I've seen more dice and more pens and paper and boards and video games in one room than I think I've ever seen.
Oh, really? So you're home?
Yeah. Than ever I've seen.
Oh, okay.
Special assignment is tournament week, so I've been checking out Warhammer battles. I've been checking out Magic the Gathering battles, and let me tell you, there's a lot of hopelessness.
Full on nerddom.
Wow, that's awesome, man. That's awesome. Yeah. That's very, very cool. So, we were just actually discussing, we just had a little nerdgasm here. discussing the inclusion of Connor Hawke, Green Arrow's illegitimate son, in the Arrow universe. With the son in Central City, and we just kind of had a freak out because we realized that with Flash and the Flashpoint concept, we can see the future characters, which is pretty dope.
Yeah. And if the Flash goes back in time at the end of this season, saves his mother, he'll create an alternate universe.
Yep.
And then we might flash forward into the future of that universe.
Mm-hmm. Which basically is going to turn these shows into Fringe, which I'm fine with.
Yeah. I'm totally fine with that. Yeah. But the alternate dimension angle is what I've heard in multiple interviews from Grant Gustin and Stephen Amell recently.
Cool.
That's going to be the direction of next season, most likely.
So what's on your mind?
DC TV's really going for it, aren't they?
Oh yeah, they sure are.
All right.
So
man.
What's on your mind? What are you up to?
Well, I'm just calling in while I have the time and just trying to check in. Where are you guys at? You guys are talking about some comic book TV.
Flash and Arrow.
Yeah,
Flaro.
We're talking Flaro.
Mm.
And we did a little talked a little bit about the Netflix shows that are coming out. So
excellent.
Yeah, good stuff.
Did you already get to Gotham and?
No. I think we're gonna do a quick pass on that stuff tonight.
Yeah, I don't blame you.
Yeah.
Have you not watched Gotham?
No, I have, unfortunately, but.
Oh, that's a thumbs down.
I've now completely, every time I see Barbara Gordon, I instantly just jump ahead.
Yeah.
Yeah. Then I saw her with Poison Ivy and Catgirl, and I said, that's it.
Catgirl.
I like Catgirl.
That's nice.
Yeah. Some of it was cool, but the rest of it was just kind of like.
So while we're on Arrow, what did you guys think of Deathstroke and his appearance on the recent episode?
Rushed.
Well, yeah, wasn't it?
Rushed.
Yeah, a little bit.
Yeah.
It looks like they're trying to get that action back, that desperation back.
Yeah. But we were talking.
Urgency.
Where was Captain Boomerang?
Yeah, they mentioned that he was still in the prison cell.
But he doesn't shout anything out. Or he doesn't do anything.
Well, he's probably incredibly weak because he hasn't been fed in several days.
Yeah.
If the guard is dead.
Did you guys talk about the big Atom reveal at the end?
Oh, that's right. No, we didn't get to
we have
that.
not gotten to that
No.
yet.
Now, since you guys are more learned on DC, can you help me with something?
Learned.
Yeah.
Yes.
Learned.
You gonna learn today.
From what I know of the Atom, is that he's like Ant-Man.
Yes.
Okay.
He hasn't done that yet.
When did the power suit come and him flying around? What is that?
It was a thing. It was a device on his belt in the comic books, right?
Yeah.
That allowed him to manipulate his size. But they realized that that's silly, so they've retconned it into something else.
To a more Iron Man-like combat suit.
So why call him the Atom?
Because he's still going to shrink down.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. I don't think he's going to be doing that until he gets onto the Flash, though, from what I've heard. Because that's more of a, kind of out there, super science-y type power. Mm-hmm. And I think they wanted to wait until they get him over there for him to do that. Yeah. Maybe him and Harrison Wells will team up to create the technology.
Interesting. Maybe so they're just going in phases.
Yeah.
They
I was a little confused.
But he did he's the Atom, but he was the bow hunk in this last episode. And Felicity got some. So
the Olicity fandom was going nuts about that stuff this week online.
Ridiculous.
So ridiculous.
Maybe she can stop whining for an episode or two now that she's.
No, I think she's going to be torn between two worlds now for a while. More soap opera melodrama going on.
Unbelievable.
They've really walked back that character.
Yeah, they really have. So did you have any? Do you perchance have an opportunity to stump the P-Train?
Oh, of course I have a gift before I go.
Oh,
Okay.
very nice.
But I need some clarification. I need I need a special train of thought for something that's been bothering me. I need a P-train of thought.
Oh, okay.
Oh boy.
Any other train of thought will do. P-train, I have something to ask you, and I want your honest opinion.
Fair enough.
With the Spider-Man stuff, pretty much igniting all of Marveldom.
Mm-hmm.
You can check out our sidekick, which talks about that. There's been a lot of rumors that, they want to use Miles Morales.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, I've heard these. Yeah.
The other rumor is they just want a whole new character to play Spider-Man altogether.
Yeah.
What's your P-train of thought on this? Are you buying or selling?
I am selling. I'm selling very hard. I don't think you can do Civil War and introduce a MCU Spider-Man unless it's Peter Parker. I don't think that it does any justice to the character that so many people have wanted to be a part of this universe for so long.
Yeah.
I don't think you can do Miles Morales. I don't think you can do Miles Morales without him being a replacement for Peter Parker anyways, because that's his legacy in the Ultimate Comics.
It's like wanting to see a James Bond movie and ending up seeing like the George Lazenby one.
Yeah.
You know, like you've wanted to see a James Bond movie your whole life, and then you end up seeing On Her Majesty's Secret Service. Is that the one?
Yeah.
No, it's got to be Parker. I agree with that P-train of thought on that.
The other thing they've said too is that you could cast an ethnic actor as Peter Parker, or
how about you make him Jewish, which he's obviously supposed to be.
Yeah. I mean,
just make him
work.
Jewish.
But
He's from Forest Hills, Queens. He lives with his aunt. He's a good boy. Make him Jewish. That's it.
Look at that punum.
Yeah, exactly. Good booby.
Regardless of what they do, I don't think you can do it without Peter Parker, though. That's just it's going to have to be Peter Parker.
Right.
Also, that's why they went out and did this, to get him for Civil War, because Peter Parker's storyline in Civil War is such a big, big part of that comic.
Right.
I think they should have a transgender Spider-Man. Pauly Shore.
Yeah.
Oh.
Well, they've also talked about Arana.
Sorry.
Oh, yeah. Sorry, Pauly.
Yeah, I expect Fox. I would expect Fox or Sony to make a move like that. I don't expect Marvel to make a move like that.
Marvel
They have too much respect for the legacy.
Marvel will use Peter Parker.
Yeah,
they better.
Now maybe down the road, once this is all done.
Yeah, you could totally introduce Miles in
if you want to change things
in this next Spider-Man movie.
Do you know
have
why?
him be a minor character that kind of takes up the legacy?
Do you know why it'll be Peter Parker? Because every one of the cartoons is Peter Parker.
Yep.
All of that is Peter Parker. They're not going to mess up the branding on a relaunch of the character.
They're probably also going to make him younger.
Yeah. High school.
Yeah.
Like young.
Ultimate.
Yeah. So. Wait, but is he supposed to be an established hero?
That's what I don't understand too, because everything I've heard says they want to go young, but then they're also doing the Civil War storyline, which kind of needs him to be a little bit older. Not necessarily needs, but
it's a mess. Yeah. It's a mess.
We will see.
Yes, we shall.
It's all rumor and speculation.
It's all just speculation right now.
Yeah, it's just good-natured ribbon.
Yeah.
So what's your Stump the P-Train? I want to hear it.
You want to go first?
No, I want you to go first.
You want to warm them up at all?
No. Hit it, because you're calling in. You're on assignment.
Yeah, I don't want to take up your valuable time.
I got one. And in the spirit of action figures and great cartoons and toys and other thing I've been exposed to on my assignment for Fanbased Network, this is a special one. And I'm going to give you a little warm-up to give you something of a vein. Okay, so let's go back a little bit, P-Train. There's really a famous brand of toys called the Transformers.
Mm-hmm.
Now, specifically the Decepticons, there were certain robots that were construction vehicles.
Uh-huh.
As strange as it was, they were Decepticons, and they're supposed to be, everyone thought, jets, but these were like the first that weren't.
Right.
Now, on their own, they were somewhat formidable, not the brightest, but their special ability was they combined to form what enemy?
So the Constructicons
The Constructicons.
formed what enemy?
Was that Megaplex?
Unfortunately, that is incorrect.
No.
Oh boy.
I can't remember what they were.
This
The
is
test is
just the
over,
warm-up.
Firestar,
Oh.
and you failed.
Sorry about that. What was that,
Yeah.
LTG?
I said that was just the warm-up.
I know.
What's the correct answer?
Devastator.
Ah, yes. Oh, damn it.
Okay.
All right,
very
now
good.
you ready for the big one?
Oh boy. Is it
I'm sure you get
Megaplex?
There was a Megaplex. That was the city.
Yeah, that was the city. Yeah, I thought it was a little too big.
That came after the success of
Yeah.
the Constructicons. All right, you ready? I need some help from the producer on this one.
Okay, go ahead.
Okay.
I need a timer on 20 seconds on the timer, please.
Oh,
20
boy.
seconds on the timer. And on your mark, get set, go.
Oh, wait.
No,
hold on.
wait,
Give me
for
the
me.
question First,
I
and
need
then
the
I'm going to
question.
say go, and then you start the timer.
Oh, okay. You let me know when you're ready.
All right, in the same vein, same spirit, I'm going to introduce 3 groups to you: G.I. Joe,
Mm-hmm.
Transformers, and Masters of the Universe.
Mm-hmm.
Ooh.
In 20 seconds, give me 5 names from each iconic toy company cartoon.
Okay.
5
Start
from
the
each
timer.
in 20
5
seconds.
from each. Duke, Flint, Snake Eyes.
No, hold
No,
on.
wait,
We get
wait.
the timer.
Go.
Yeah.
Go.
Duke,
Go.
Flint, Snake Eyes, Scarlet, Storm Shadow, He-Man, Skeletor, Battle Cat. Oh, what's his stupid name? The creepy floaty dude.
look at him meltdown.
Orko.
Orko.
That's 4.
Master at Arms.
Time. Damn. It's man at arms. And you could have then gone into Manny Faces.
Yeah, Manny Faces. Dang it.
And
Any number you could have went to.
Yeah.
yeah.
I got stuck on Orko.
What was it? What was it? So it was Masters of the Universe, G.I. Joe, and Transformers.
Yeah.
Okay,
Yeah.
Optimus Prime, Bumblebee, Beachhead,
Starscream.
Now.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
When the
That's
timer's
like the
on,
timer.
it's on.
Yeah. Damn, timer.
I don't know if actually physiologically possible to do that many names in 20 seconds.
Oh, it was. I just couldn't. There was no room
He
for it.
knew that.
There was no room for,
the timer's making
Why'd
it
you get
less
hung
than-
up on Orko?
I
man?
don't know. I was thinking of his name. I couldn't remember it. And I
There
started
was
thinking,
Beastman and
I
Merman
know. I wanted him.
P-Train's nerd ability is far too great to not be able to just name 5 of each.
Yeah.
So I had to put the timer
Oh, you had to
in
put the
there.
timer on.
Yeah, I hear you. I hear you.
Yeah,
And I
well, I'm
was going to
sorry.
tell you, you can't use He-Man and Skeletor because that's too easy.
Oh yeah.
That was easy too.
Yeah.
Now, did you say Duke or Flint first?
Duke.
Okay,
Flint,
he went old school. Cool.
Yeah.
Of course, rock and roll is the
Scarlet.
first Joe.
Yeah.
But
There's so many of them.
so when do we get you back? You gonna be back for next week's show?
Definitely I'll be back by then.
Yeah. We're gonna wait on you for
I have
verses.
failed.
Okay.
Oh, he's very upset. Oh, you know what? I forgot to do something. Hold on for a second.
The test is over, Firestar, and you failed.
I had to
I'm
do the test is
worthless.
over, Firestar. So,
Yeah. What
Yeah,
were
that's
we
no
talking
problem.
about for verses next week?
for verses next week, well, I was thinking about doing one this week, which was Spock based, but I'm actually feeling like that might be a little,
Yeah.
a little callous.
Yeah. We already did a.
So I was thinking maybe Chewbacca versus Ukla the Mock. Do you know who that is?
No, I
That's from
don't.
Thunder
Yeah,
the
I know who
Barbarian.
Ukla is.
Oh,
Yeah.
Thundar.
That's Thundar's Chewbacca. So I
That's
thought
so
that was
obscure.
I thought that was a pretty good one, man.
Yeah.
What do you mean so obscure? Jack Kirby worked on the designs for that show.
Well,
Sure.
I guess.
Yeah, sure.
All right.
Yes.
Kurtzman.
Yeah, Jacob Kurtzman.
Herculoid. Then there's the Herculoids also.
Sure, the Herculoids, absolutely. Oh man, all good stuff. All good stuff.
Sure.
Boy.
Well, we miss you.
Aw.
I miss you guys too.
Yeah, the air is very clear in here, though.
It is
will say.
I don't
remarkable.
believe that.
It is remarkable, actually. Yeah.
Totally readable.
Yeah.
What's going on with the? Oh, okay. Never mind.
Did you find the answer?
Yeah, inside is an inner answer.
Okay. All right.
Well, sorry to leave you with that present. I was hoping to stump the P-Train, and I did it, so
You did.
that's a victory.
Well done,
I did
dude.
so well last time.
I know.
Okay.
I'm thinking maybe
Those
one
are
of these
easy.
times if he gets maybe 2 weeks in a row, maybe we got to switch it around and give him a break.
yeah.
Well, what about why don't we?
He did very good last week, but this week we got him.
Well, I think
crushed him on both.
I think we should actually have a reward system. So if he wins, I think he should get a cupcake or something.
Oh, goody.
What do you think? Like a cupcake?
Maybe we get a goodie.
Yeah, some sort of goodie. An Entenmann's product, maybe, which Peter Parker would enjoy. So,
That's right.
well, listen, man, be safe, and
Yeah.
we will see you next week.
Yep.
All right, guys. Take care. And
All
take
right.
care, listeners out there.
Okay.
Indeed.
Thanks a lot, man.
All right.
All right.
Bye.
Cheers.
Yeah.
That
was
was
nice.
that was LTG. He's still on the phone.
Is he still there? Are you still there?
You got to hang it up, dude. I'm just there. He goes.
There he goes. Well, yeah.
So, give me 1 sec here.
More on where LTG was next week.
Yes. Oh, we could do like a "Where in the World is
Where-
Matt Lauer" or
yeah,
Al
yeah.
Roker thing. Hang on, just one.
No
sec.
problem.
Sorry about that.
No problem. So where were we?
We had been talking about Arrow. We geeked out about Flashpoint, and then we got the call.
Yeah, Arrow. Other than that, we talked about Boomerang. We talked about Manu Bennett as Deathstroke
Yes.
coming back. A little bit. Felt a little bit rushed.
Yeah, and LTG hit the Atom thing. We talked about
Yeah.
that with LTG.
Yeah. Okay. So let's go into the Flash and talk for a little bit about Firestorm
Okay.
and his last. Episode.
How did you like the way? First of all, it took me a while to realize that the quantum separator
was
looked
the
like
the iconic
Which was
design, Firestorm design. I saw
like
that
that.
in the first episode.
Yeah, that was
when
cool. I
like,
like that. And then the I mean, how did you like the way they handled it?
the fully integrated Firestorm. I was geeking out over
Yeah,
it.
I
I
liked
really liked it a lot.
I did
when
too.
when Dr. Stein is like telling
Yeah.
him what's going on behind him, and
Yeah.
he's turning around and throwing the fire,
Mm-hmm.
and just that one shot of the Flash running and him flying into the camera,
Yeah.
like that's
That's
where I want this show to go.
That's
more.
pure comic book satisfaction.
Yeah.
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 Agreed.
I loved General Eiling coming back and being the villain that week too. I was
Well,
a big fan of the ending with
Yeah.
Reverse Flash and Grodd
Yeah.
having a
Yeah.
sort of alliance against him.
Yeah.
I don't think he's dead either.
Oh, I don't think so either.
No.
He's under my control.
Yeah, oh yeah,
Yeah.
oh yeah,
Oh, yeah.
And you were right about Grodd speaking
Yes, telepathically. Yeah. But how great was that?
that
Oh,
was so
God,
good.
not God. Grodd. That was amazing. I
it was so good.
nerded out. I was just...
I thought that episode had a lot of really awesome nerddom going
Yeah,
on.
that
for
was
it.
pretty perfect, I'd have to say.
There was also a couple of meta jokes in there too.
Which ones? Ron Artest?
No, where it was
Sorry.
where someone says like, "Well, that's impossible," and Barry goes, "Impossible is just another Tuesday for us."
Oh, yeah.
Because they show airs on Tuesday.
Yep.
And then right after that, like 3 or 4 lines later, they're talking about Mist, and it was like Firestorm or Ronnie or someone was saying like, well, there's a guy that can do
Oh,
that.
yeah.
And
Oh, the
Cisco
guy-
goes, dude, that was week 3.
Yeah,
Because
yeah.
I know it was the 3rd episode of The Flash.
Yeah, that was cute.
Yeah.
That was cute stuff.
a little. I mean, it's a little cutesy, but I like when they mess with the audience like that.
Oh, I love it. I think that show is consistently very good. They've kind of corrected the Joe Barry kind of yuck it up
Yeah,
thing
yeah.
to a degree.
That was a great scene with when Iris comes in and Ronnie is there with Caitlin,
Yeah.
and they're all in on it, but they can't let her in on it.
Yeah, that was great.
Yeah.
No, I love
Overall,
it.
yeah, I thought that.
I mean, just
still
good,
doing a really
good
good job.
stuff.
And
Good
we're
stuff.
gonna have now both that and Arrow are on 3-week breaks.
Yeah.
So-
Now wait a minute. So, but Flash's break started earlier.
yeah.
So does that mean we get Flash before we get Arrow?
I don't think so. I think they're both coming back the same week, which would also mean that Arrow is 1 episode ahead of Flash. I think. Now.
Oh, what?
Who am I?
is.
Harrison. You're one of them. Metahuman.
Yes, I am.
God, he really does look like Lawrence.
And I protect my own.
Oh,
He looks like LTZ.
TV's head.
Yeah. There it is.
Now that is an old friend of ours.
That voice is in my head. Dear God.
It's gonna be so good.
And everyone's saying
gonna
that they
be
killed
so good.
Eiling, but I agree with you.
No.
First of all,
he's gonna
Wade
do
Eiling
experiments on him,
yeah,
maybe. And,
Wade Eiling is
he's a villain,
prominent character.
Yeah, he's the Shaggy Man, or also called the General sometimes.
Yeah. The Shaggy DA.
Yeah.
So, yeah, no, I loved it. Very, very happy. Very happy that Grodd is just there going for it. Like I said a couple of weeks ago, makes me extremely happy and nerd-tastic. Yeah, no, really, really cool. Was there any other big revelation in that episode?
Not really. I mean, other than Firestorm being fully integrated.
I agree with you that it was really well done.
Yeah,
it was really.
I've been
really,
waiting
really
for
well
them
done.
to do that to do that, and it took them a while to get the characters to be on the same page.
Yeah,
and not fighting against each other.
Very cool. You know why Eiling's not dead? Because it's way too important that he knows Barry Allen is the Flash.
Oh yeah.
That he saw his face when he took off the mask with plastique and everything. So
yeah.
very, very cool. Just great stuff.
And Clancy.
Clancy Brown.
You don't want to kill him.
You
can't kill him.
You keep Clancy Brown.
You got to keep him around.
And interesting in the Timverse, of course, Eiling voiced by
Lex
Academy
Luthor.
Academy Award winner.
Oh, J.K. Simmons. Yeah, that's right. Yeah.
Yeah. So, and Clancy Brown was Luthor. Yeah. Very cool. Powers Booth was Grodd, by the way.
Oh, that's right.
Yeah.
That's right.
Yeah. So really, they had some heavy hitters. Yeah. Flash was great. Now, the thing I want to talk about with Flash is the previews saying that they are going, the next episode,
they're going to reveal
that
Wells
they're going to find out that Wells is Reverse Flash. Or one of the Reverse Flashes.
Potential. I mean, I'm down. I think we're getting towards the back end here of the season. I think it's good that we can, do something big like this, shake it up, and have them deal with the repercussions of it for a few episodes before we get, what eventually is going to be. I mean, Barry's already training to go back in time and defeat Reverse Flash. Yeah. So if he knows that Wells is Reverse Flash, it's going to change everything.
You don't need... if Wells has to take a break from being the team leader because they're going to think he's the bad guy, whatever, because I still don't think it's that cut and dry. But because I think he's Bart. But I still think he's Bart.
Yeah.
But
could be.
Facial structure, he looks like Barry a little bit.
A little bit.
It works for me. But
what's the deal with his wife too? There's something going on there.
Yes,
that they
exactly.
haven't revealed
Yeah,
yet.
exactly. And the whole thing, like he's very cool with Gideon, his computer,
By the way, did you know Gideon is voiced by Morena Baccarin?
Oh, I did not know.
Yeah,
that.
that's
cool.
awesome. So
that's very cool.
She's over on Gotham playing Dr. Leslie Tompkins.
That's cool.
And she's Gideon on The Flash.
That's very, very cool. Yeah, no, I mean, when Gideon's like, "I'm sorry, Dr. Wells, I couldn't fix it" or whatever, he's like, "That's okay, Gideon." Like, he's cool. He seems to actually have a real humanity to him, which I like.
Yeah, me too.
But the other thing is, you can't
put a finger on
exactly
what his deal is.
So what they can do now is you've got Firestorm, so they have a super scientist already, that can fill in.
Dr. Martinstein can come back.
Yeah. So it's very well done all around. Very, very, very.
I like too that Ronnie and Stein can separate if they need to, but they can also reintegrate if they need to be Firestorm.
It's just acceptance of the process. Yeah,
that's a good just storytelling mechanic too.
Yeah, it's cool. It's very cool. I dig it.
Yeah, me too. So.
Wait, was Eddie even in this last episode?
I don't think so. He doesn't. He seems to be slipping, except for his new
they're keeping
crusade
him,
to find out who the Flash is.
I think they're keeping him.
I think he and Iris are going to probably.
I think they're keeping him out of the picture because of the revelations that are about to happen.
Okay.
So he's either he might be the ancestor of Eobard.
That's
right?
something that I've always thought is
Because
possible.
why didn't he kill me? That whole thing.
Yeah.
He knows that he can't kill him because
that would
right.
make him not exist.
Yeah, exactly. Right.
Yeah.
So, very cool stuff all around.
The whole time travel conversation too.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, with Cisco explaining, all the different types of time travel by using.
Oh, that was great.
That
was
the
great.
different
Back
movies,
to the
and
Future.
the Terminator.
Yeah, that was fantastic.
That was great.
That was very, very well written show. So, Gotham.
Yeah,
I have not watched the episode from earlier this week on Monday, which was supposed to be about what?
Dollmaker.
Oh, that's right, the Dollmaker. Yeah, but I will say the previous episode,
the Red Hood one.
The Red Hood one was, them teasing us with the whole Joker thing as they had
just, yeah.
But the thing about that episode that stood out was, oh my God, Fish Mooney.
Yeah, she's becoming one of the more badass characters on the show.
I mean, what the heck was with the spoon and the eyeball? That was intense.
That was baller.
That was pretty
and
intense.
Then crushes it.
Yeah.
That's.
And I still think they're gonna make her Deadshot.
Oh, interesting. That'd be crazy. Because
think
then
about it.
She and her husband are both going to play Deadshot. Oh, that's just too weird. That'd be so weird.
So strange. I don't really think they're going to do that, but it would be very funny.
That would be funny, though.
And then their kid could be like Deadshot Jr.
Oh, and they can cast him.
Yeah, there you go.
They can actually. Yeah.
Oh boy, yeah, no, I don't know, but that was pretty shocking.
Little Deadshot.
Very happy to see Jeffrey Combs make an appearance once again. Tim Verse did the voice of the Question.
Yep.
Oh boy, would I love to see the Question appear in one
of
those shows.
That would be great.
Even on
Flash or Arrow. Arrow, he would fit. He would fit really well into Arrow.
Oh gosh.
And like Black Canary and Huntress are already there too, who he teams up with.
That would be so good.
Yeah.
The Question would be.
Remember
so
the
good.
double date episode of Justice League?
Oh
where
yeah,
it was Green Arrow.
Oh, it was great.
Black Canary, Huntress, and Question.
And Question, yeah.
Oh, if they could get that, if they could get there,
great chemistry. It was so well done. But I would love to see. I would really love to see the Question appear. I know that was a sidetrack
He's
moment.
also
but
the inspiration for Rorschach from Watchmen as well.
Rorschach, yeah.
But yeah,
so
and the episode before the Red Hood 2 with the Haley Brothers Circus or whatever, and
Flying Graysons.
Yeah, the Flying Graysons. Dick's parents were actually brought together by the end of the episode.
Very cute.
Very cute.
Very cute.
And we were
I've
talking
been
about
enjoying Gotham a lot more than LTJ.
Me too. I think they've.
But Nigma,
everything they've really found their niche.
Nigma's really
still
me.
kind of
Yeah.
Hopefully they can do something with him to make. I mean, they've done it with Fish already. I mean, they found their groove with Penguin pretty early. But
the weird thing with Fish, though, is her storyline right now is so bombastic and ridiculous.
Yeah.
But because...
And totally disconnected until the Dollmaker.
Yeah, but like, it's so bombastic. It really is ridiculous, right? So at least, though, I just didn't like the plotting versus... That whole storyline with her plotting versus Falcone was boring to me.
Yeah.
The Vengeance versus Penguin is much more interesting to me. Yeah.
And now with Gilsey being Penguin's right-hand man.
Yeah, but he's still loyal to Fish. Come on. But I really hope the writers don't back down from having Penguin kill Fish.
Yeah.
It has to happen.
It's already been
happen.
So many times,
It has to happen. I know if the character's popular and they want to keep her around, whatever, but you gotta complete the Penguin's arc.
Yeah. Yeah.
Totally. At some point,
I mean, he's the best character on the show, right now.
Absolutely. And at some point they have to, and they've been pretty good about it, but at some point they really have to show him develop into the master criminal, crime lord that he is in the books, so. I know it's early, and Bruce is still a boy, but what did you think of Reg, of the whole special...
his friend from
Special Forces friend.
I mean, I liked it. I totally saw
it coming.
That he was going to be be for
Western Union
the
moment.
Wayne Enterprises.
Yeah.
The shady Wayne Enterprises people.
Mm-hmm.
But I feel that's a good plot line. I think that at least also that gives somewhere for Bruce and Alfred's story to go that's interesting, rather than having him investigating his parents' murder, which is like we know isn't going to go anywhere for a long time.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. So, but no, I've enjoyed Gotham. I think it's gotten a lot better. I still have huge issues with it, and I agree with LTG. Barbara Gordon, just enough.
Excise it already.
Yeah. I was really hoping Kat would push her off the balcony there, but
Catgirl.
Catgirl, that was very funny. But it's gotten much better. The writing's much better. I'm happy with it for the most part.
And then in the circus episode too, the performance of the kid,
who played the possible Joker, proto Joker. Fantastic.
Projo.
Fantastic. The great scene, by the way, in the following episode, the Red Hood episode, was Donald Bullock during interrogating the guy who's bleeding out.
Oh yeah,
great. It's just just being a total jerk.
There's some really good Bullock stuff in the episode this week too. I think you'll enjoy.
And when they find the first Red Hood dead and he's eating the food out of the fridge, it was great.
Yeah.
It was so good.
That's Bullock style.
Yeah, I'm enjoying. I've always enjoyed Bullock most on that show, and that has not changed.
Yeah.
So what's that crunching? Oh, it's me. Pardon me, everybody. I'm eating a vegetable. I've been told I should.
And then before we can't really cover much of Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. even though it came back
predictions.
this week. Oh, predictions for Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. Interesting.
It came back this week. We have not yet watched it.
No, not yet.
Because we're waiting for LTG to discuss it.
Yeah.
So
there's got to be
Raina. What's your prediction for Raina? Savage Land Raina?
Maybe. I don't know. I think that she might just be
a new character.
Original character too.
Okay.
There better be some, like you said earlier in the cast here, there better be some allusion to the weight of losing Trip.
Yeah, that has to
because,
be. Well, I think that's going to be the thing that really
tears up
Sky.
Daisy.
Because the first thing she sees when she comes out of her chrysalis is him, and then he crumbles.
Shattering,
yeah. I was... we said it all along. Do you remember? We said it all along. They keep guest starring role because they're going to kill him.
Yeah. I do know, this isn't really a prediction because I do know this for a fact, but Adrian Palicki, who plays Bobby Morse, has been upgraded to series regular for the rest of the season.
Good. She's great.
I think that's a good move.
Oh, I wonder if they're going to address her secret.
Yeah, they are. I'm pretty sure that there's going to be a lot of business in the back end going on with that. From what I've also heard, there's going to be a big rift caused by the Inhuman reveal within S.H.I.E.L.D. itself. Kind of along the lines of
mutants,
yes.
Yeah, so registration, non-registration kind of thing, right?
Can we trust them? Should we eliminate them?
S.H.I.E.L.D., I mean, the whole formation was because of Thor, right?
Yeah.
That was why they started building all the weapons and everything. So now it's like, it doesn't even have to be from another world, though the Hulk should have already freaked them out. The question I have also is with S.H.I.E.L.D. is how many patents will there be? How many Patton Oswalds will there be?
Yeah. I thought you meant like a Fitz patent.
No. Oh, even better.
Yeah. All the different devices
Van
he's created. Yeah, Van Patten.
How many Van Pattens will star?
No.
The Trip thing I want to see, the Raina thing, they promised. Oh, Grant Ward. So that's the other thing.
And Agent 33 and him are teaming up.
Yeah. Interesting.
Who knows what their goal here is. Maybe they're going to try to raid Hydra in order to...
Well, here's my question. They made Jasper Sitwell in Winter Soldier was a Hydra agent.
Yeah.
Now, Sitwell's not a Hydra agent in the comic books. He's a good guy.
No. He's a good guy in the comics, yeah.
Here's my question. Is it possible now that Sky is Daisy, is it possible that Grant is somebody?
Maybe. I never thought about that, actually.
It would be kind of cool.
Yeah.
Because his character is just so much more interesting now.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, I like where they're going. They don't have to make him somebody.
No, they don't. But I agree completely. He was the most boring character in season 1.
Oh, yeah.
Until the reveal happened, at which point he became one of the most interesting.
Oh, that moment was just incredible. Yeah, it was so good. So, I'm I'm really looking forward to watching that.
Me too.
And geeking out in a big way. And I'm happy it's back. I did think that Agent Carter went off very well.
Yeah, I thought so.
Finished extraordinarily strongly. We haven't talked about that.
No, we haven't talked about that. All the stuff with Dr.
Fantastic.
Faustus.
So
and
good.
His meeting Arnim Zola in The Stinger.
Amazing.
Yeah.
Amazing.
Very good.
The moment where Sousa asks her out, and they kind of share that smile.
And she smiles. Yeah. And also that moment with him too when Thompson takes the credit and Sousa's pissed.
Yeah.
And she says to him, "I know my worth."
Yeah.
And that's kind of like the motto of the first season as a whole. That she learned how to accept that they aren't going to ever see her.
But I will say
as
something.
An equal, but she knows her worth.
Find that to be a little non-canonical, considering that in the present day she's a legend and
and
often
she's going to get
to.
there.
Yes,
as
but
the founder of S.H.I.E.L.D.
Yes, right.
Yeah.
So
yeah,
that
was a great moment in Agent S.H.I.E.L.D. season 2. Also when Simmons is reading her file.
Yes,
and
geeking out that they were her files,
and that she's English.
Yeah.
And a legend.
Yeah. I really hope that they get Fitz back on track.
Yeah, I think he took a lot of big steps in that mid-season finale.
Did we ever? It was never revealed what happened to what's his name at the end of before the hiatus.
Oh, Mac.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm pretty sure he's okay.
Okay,
he's
yeah.
coming back.
Okay. No, I didn't know. You always know about the casting
Yeah.
stuff. Okay. Very cool. Very cool. Very nerdy.
Yeah.
Very awesome.
And we were talking too about the likelihood of Agent Carter getting picked up. I think it's pretty likely. Given the fact that
I think the fact that they do 8 episodes, like a British series, and
it's a lot easier to produce,
and they can plug it right in during a hiatus. So it's a great.
Its ratings were also ticking up for the last several weeks of the show, and it had always been really well received critically. So I think that they're going to hold off on announcing a second season until they renew Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. and then they'll announce those both at the same time.
But I hope they continue to do this mini series, this short series thing, the eight episodes thing.
And I hope actually they might they don't need to start Agent Carter season 2 exactly when this season ended. We could jump forward a couple years and have
I think the whole
the
beauty
SSR being run by Thompson, and
the beauty of it is with Carter is basically the 8 episodes. It's one case.
Yeah.
That's what I like about it. It's one case.
I didn't even think about that.
That's what's cool about it.
Yeah.
So, no, it's good stuff. Good stuff. What other shows? Is that it? Is that all the shows?
I think that might be.
That is all the shows.
Yeah. Yeah, we touched on everything.
Movie news, everything good. Good.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, it's been. It seems like everything is starting to come back. I mean, now we've got this weird hiatus with the DC stuff, but
we get S.H.I.E.L.D. back.
Yeah, yeah, and of course in a month's time.
The
Man Without Fear.
Daredevil, and then A.K.A. Jessica Jones shortly after that.
Yep, and then shortly after that, apparently,
Age of Ultron.
Oh, and shortly after that, Luke Cage.
Yeah,
so,
it's Marvel is about to. It's about to blow up.
It's very cool that there's a whole universe out there that's intertwined.
Age of Ultron is really not that far away either.
When is that?
May 1st, I think it comes out.
Oh my goodness!
Yeah, it's actually getting very close, and that movie.
It's less than 2 months away.
It's gonna be huge. That movie is gonna be so huge.
Oh man!
Oh, I can't wait to see that.
I'm very excited. Any news on another Guardians movie?
Well, it's been announced, but nothing. No
plot,
casting or anything yet.
Because you're gonna do. Here's the thing: Age of Ultron, real quick.
Mm-hmm.
So Age of Ultron, and then Civil War. Well, when's the Infinity Gauntlet happening?
Like 2018, 2019, I believe.
Wow.
Over 2 consecutive summers.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
Wow. It's gonna be that's gonna be nuts.
So they're gonna slow roll Thanos on us this whole time.
Oh yeah. I'm pretty sure he's just gonna be a presence again in Guardians 2. I don't think he's gonna be the main villain in that either.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow. All right. Very cool.
Well, yeah. I think that's all we got time for this week. Thanks
Yeah.
for joining us, everybody, on the OFTF. LTG will be back next week, and we'll be talking about all your favorites again in comic books and TV, movies, nerddom, and so on and so forth. Thanks for joining us. As always, I'm Justin P-Train Peterson.
And I'm Justin Lane.
And for LTG, this is the OFTF.